Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades, making a video outside. It's nicer weather now, so usually around June till probably September, I make videos outside. But yeah, anyways, let's talk about Soundhound here. What, you thought I was going to be wearing a suit and tie outdoors in the heat? Yeah, right. It is still a little chilly because it's early in the morning. It's like, what, 8 a.m.? As of this, 8:30? Yeah, so market already open. I'm not even in the Discord right now. I'll check on it later. But Soundhound. Okay, so we're switching strategies, right? We're not really going to be able to use the 200 WMA because stocks are doing what? They're going up. They keep going up. It's going to keep going further and further away from the 200 weighted moving average. That makes sense. So unless we get a sell-off, we're not going to see the 200 WMA on a lot of stocks for a while. For the time being, we should have opportunities when we get those monthly MACD crossovers. We're looking at the monthly time frame because the weekly signal has already occurred. But the monthly is a more powerful signal. A monthly crossover means we had a whole green month. I want you to think about what I just said. A whole green month. A whole month of just the stock price going from wherever it's at right now, let's say from 10 to 18 or 10 to 15. So it's a very powerful signal. And when that comes around, rarely, as you can imagine, this is a monthly time frame. For those of you wondering, obviously there's no internet out here in the middle of the forest. So, so for those of you wondering why I'm like looking at a picture, now you know why. No, when there's no internet, I think I checked. I'm like, hey, maybe there's a neighbor with Wi-Fi, and no, there's nothing. No networks found. So we're just using a picture here. I just took some pictures real quick. Soundhound sitting at around 10. It's just going sideways like we anticipated because once you get that crossover on the weekly time frame, it indicates a bottom. Now that doesn't mean it's not going to fluctuate, right? It's a weekly time frame, so it can fluctuate between 9 and 11. But that aside, we look at the monthly time frame here. The last time we got a crossover, the stock had a huge rally here. Then it had another one right here. A huge rally from a low of 2 to 10 because that's when NVIDIA announced an investment in Soundhound. And then here there was no crossover, but we still got a huge rally. It's almost like it repeats, right? It's almost like this happens when it gets quiet. Nobody wants it when it's all quiet down here, or quiet here, or quiet here. And then it runs huge. The flippers, they flip it for 10-20% because they're stupid, but because they don't know this strat. But we know that, hey, that crossover on the monthly time frame means that's a whole month of green. So you would want to sell at the end of the month. Like imagine buying on this crossover here, and that's a whole month of green. In that month, it went from 2 to 10. Or 2 to 8, I think. I can't check because, again, there's no internet out here, so this is just a picture. But it had a huge rally, and there's some bugs on me. That's always like smacking things around. But we had a huge rally for that entire month. Imagine flipping it for 10-20%, and then, us, we're smart. We see that crossover, we're like, we're just going to hold for the rest of the month. And we'll sell it at the end of the month and we'll make our money. That doesn't mean there won't be red days within that month. Obviously, it's a monthly candle. Within those monthly candles, there's red days. But for the most part, we close green and we have a huge surge. And that's the point of this video. So NVIDIA, I'm in on that one. I'm holding that one for the big bucks. 50% minimum is what I always tell people. But you can shoot for 100% here if you want. I think 100% would be like $20. So it's a good target. Again, monthly time frame, it's going to be a while. It's not going to happen tomorrow, obviously. Like these are monthly it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months for us to even get to the point where we might get a crossover in the monthly. We still have to wait a few more months to get the actual crossover, but when it happens, it's a moneymaker. So that's it for the video. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If we're just trading off of patterns, I don't know if you can hear the airplane up there, but if we're trading off of patterns, if a plane keeps going by in the same spot at the same time every day, it's a pattern, and we could abuse that, at least with the stock market. So don't sell too early. I think a lot of people are, for some reason, selling way too early when the patterns are there. Again, if we were trading the smaller time frames, by smaller time frames I mean the daily, and I buy 100 shares, sure, I'm looking to flip it. But if I'm buying like 500 to 1,000, you better believe I'm holding for way more. So got to understand the difference. I had a guy in my Discord, Sebluke, who bought Rigetti at $14. He chased. That's absolutely stupid. And then he has the audacity to make excuses and tell me, "Oh, well, you said no, 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 no. I said under 10. I never said buy at 14. I said wait for the purple line or under 10. This sucker bought it at 40% more expensive. Think about that for a second. So, that's just stupid. And, now he's a long-term holder, bag holder, whatever. I don't lose if you sell. The one time he's wrong, though, he's going to get destroyed. That's the funny thing. Let's see. He better hope it never happens. But you can only flip a coin 100 times before you end up, being wrong the one time. And if you're going all in, obviously, you're going to lose quite most of your account. But he doesn't go all in, so he'll just lose a good portion of his account, but not all of it. Hopefully he learns to stop chasing. He still gets that chasing itch. And right now you wouldn't be chasing, because we're trading off the monthly. Anyways, that's it for the video. I'll see you in the next one.